Hey guys, Matthew Lippert back here with another recipe. This is a family favorite. Sometimes I refer to this as Drunken Chicken. My family just simply refers to it as Grandpa's Chicken. Some of my family members think this is the greatest barbecue chicken that they've ever had. I think it's great chicken. I don't think it's that great, but it's good. But they think it's great, so I love to make it. And anyway, it's just a very simple recipe. And I'll get started here in just a minute, but go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Will you smash that subscribe button, hit that like button, share this video. And if your profile is public and you subscribe to my channel, when I see the notice, I'll subscribe back to your channel as well. I like to support people who support me. I am over that 1,000 subscriber mark. Appreciate that. Everybody that has subscribed to my channel, I greatly appreciate supporting this thing. I had this channel for probably 10 years and never posted a single video. And now I'm posting stuff. I try to post stuff every week, and just to keep this thing rolling. But I appreciate everything that you guys are doing, and do me a favor. Click in the comment section what part of the country or the world you're watching this from, and if you try this recipe and you change something in it, go ahead and put that in the comments section too. I love to see how people take my recipes and change them, because if I see your recipe, I'm probably going to change it and make it my own. That's what makes this whole thing go around, and it makes cooking for me so much fun. I get to take these different recipes that look good and get to make them my own. And please do the same thing. Don't feel that you have to do this exactly the way I do. And let me go ahead and turn this camera around. Let's get started. Okay, guys, here I have some chicken thighs. So they're bone in and skin on. I've done this recipe with the boneless, and it's okay. I like chicken with the bone in. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull this off. I'm actually going to take the skin off. Pull that skin off like that. I take a knife, that was not a good knife for that. Let me get me a different knife. That's a horrible knife for that. Give me a regular knife. All right. So I'll go ahead and do these. I'm just going to let the camera run because this doesn't take long. And oops, I used to use that dull knife that don't hardly cut melted butter. There, that's nice. I probably should have got 2 packs of this, but this isn't very much chicken. But that's okay. And to me, it seems like that the marinade gets into this thing a little bit deeper, and just it cooks easier when you're cooking it. It doesn't take quite as long. The bone-in chicken can take a while to cook. That's why I know a lot of people that they do a lot of cooking, but they will not cook bone-in chicken because it takes a long time, and it's just, well, you have to be very careful because chicken is one of those meats that you don't want to cook and serve rare. You want it to be well done, and, you just want it to be well done. So I have a meat thermometer I put in it. I make sure that when I pull it off, I take a couple of bigger pieces, and I make sure the internal temperature is 165 degrees. And before I pull it off, now what I'm going to do here, this is why I call it my drunken chicken. People laugh because I don't drink. Last time I drank was July 2nd, 1979, almost 46 years ago. But beer is a great tenderizer for meat. It adds good flavor to meat. And the alcohol cooks off. So even when my grandkids eat this, it's no big deal. So I'm going to put enough of this in here to cover the chicken. And then I'm going to put the lid on here and just set it in the refrigerator overnight. And when I cook it, I will baste it with some homemade barbecue sauce. Well, kind of homemade. Not from scratch. I take, I'll go into detail tomorrow, but I take Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce, add a couple things to it, and that's my barbecue sauce. And I baste the chicken with that while I'm cooking it. And I cook this on the gas grill. Take this knife and kind of push those down in there a little bit. Let me see. Get this so maybe you can see it. I just make sure everything is covered. And I may end up going and getting another one of these. And then I cover it, stick it in the refrigerator overnight, and that's it. And does it matter what beer you use? Not really. I started out, the first time I made this chicken, I used the Bud Light because our youngest son Jesse was living with us, and he drank mostly Bud Light. He drank some other beer too, mostly Bud Light. So I just had it in the house, so I used it. One time I tried it with a different brand of beer, and wow, what a difference it makes. So the beer that you marinate the chicken with, and I put the beer in the barbecue sauce too, it makes a world of difference in the flavor. So whatever beer you like, always stick with that beer because you will notice a drastic difference in the flavor. And let me know what beer you use. Put that in the comment section. I'd love to hear, again, how people change my recipes. But we're going to go ahead and let this set in the refrigerator overnight, and we'll be back tomorrow when I'm throwing it on the grill. Okay, guys, I'm back here with this, going to make the barbecue sauce for the barbecue chicken. I start out with some Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce. I use the original. I make my own sauce, so I don't want a sauce that they've already pre-done with their seasonings. So I have to shake that thing out, get this stuff down to the bottom. I don't do any measurements here. I can't give you, I take this little bowl and it's mostly Sweet Baby Ray's. I just like Sweet Baby Ray's. I'm going to add a little bit more of that once it sets there. Some Cholula hot sauce with the wooden lid. It's definitely my favorite hot sauce. Again, I just put a bunch of it in there. And then, again, just like I did with the chicken, a little bit of Bud Light. Again, I use Bud Light because that's what I've always used. And anytime I've tried to change it, just doesn't taste right. And I end up going back to the Bud Light. And, if you have a different beer that you prefer, then use it. Because if you've never had this barbecue sauce, you're not going to notice a difference in the taste. The reason I started out with the barbecue sauce with the Bud Light, just like with the chicken earlier, that was what my kids drank most, and that was just what was in the house because of what they had brought in. So that's just what I used. And there's no special reason. I don't drink. I haven't drank since 1979. So to me, it's not, I guess that's just about it. I think that's going to probably be enough for the amount of chicken that I have. Just get it all mixed up good. And then I taste it and see if it's where I want it. Oh, that's good. Wow. Got a nice bite from the Cholula. There's not much beer in there. Just adds a little bit of flavor to it. And now I'll take this out. I'm getting ready to put the chicken on the grill. I'll take this out and I'll baste it. Most of that I'm not going to put on the video. You guys know what it is to baste the chicken. I'm going to put this on low to medium heat. These bone-in chicken thighs should take about 40 to 45 minutes to cook completely through. I'll be out there with my meat thermometer to get the internal temp up to 165 degrees. We don't want no raw chicken. So let me go ahead and I'm going to put the chicken on the grill right now, and we'll be back later on. Okay, I'm going to throw this chicken on the grill. It's been soaking overnight in this beer. Like I say, this just gives it a really good flavor. And since it doesn't have the skin on, I don't have as much trouble with flame ups as I normally would with the skin, which is part of the reason why I take the skin off. The skin is good, but it's not the healthiest thing in the world for you. So sometimes, done it a couple times, after I take the skin off of the chicken, I save it and I fry it. I don't know if you ever had fried chicken skins. Man, the first time I had that, it's like, oh snap, this is really good. Now I did add some more chicken breast. I looked at what I had on there when I was marinating these at first, and I thought, wow, that's not going to be enough. So I went back to the store and got me another batch of these. And so, because this is, like I said last night, it's a really popular recipe in our family, and I just put that up there. Move a couple things around here, give me some more room. Now I'll bring that back down. There. Now this beer I'll dump out. Now I'm just going to let that simmer there for about 15 minutes or so, or let that cook, and then when I get, yeah, you can see where the, I wanted to come back here and see where the knobs were. They're not all the same, but straight up is off or high, straight down is low, so they're just a little over low. You know, I don't like to burn the chicken. I like to take his time and just let that, you know, take his time cooking. Like I say, once it gets close, we'll start doing it with a thermometer, and when I get that 165 degrees. So I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, the chicken's been on there for a little bit. I'm going to flip it. Normally, if there's someone around here that drinks, I give them what's left of the Bud Light. But with just my wife and I, we don't drink. So rather than throw it away, what I do with it is when we have flames like this, that's what I use to put the flame out. This grill is a little bit strange in that most of them, the cooler spots are very back and very front. This one right along the front is one of the hot spots. So have to always be careful of that. And then I'll let this set here for about another 10 or 15 minutes, and then I'll start saucing it. Okay, now I'm going to start saucing these. I'm going to try to stay out of the way of the camera. Hopefully you guys can see it. That's the downfall of doing all this videoing myself, and it's always nice when I can get one of my grandkids to help me, but of course they're all getting older, or, you know, adults and whatever. They got their own lives, and it was easier when they were 12, 13 years old, and I can kind of tell them what to do. But like I say, now they got their own lives, and, you know, some of them got their own kids, their own responsibilities. So I'm back to doing this by myself, and I get by, you know. But all right, and I'm gonna let this cook for a little bit, and then I'll come back, I'll flip it, I'll coat the other side, and I'll do this all the way until it's done. And once they're done, then I'll coat the side that's up, flip it over, coat the other side, immediately pull them off. That way they go into the bowl with a nice coating of sauce. I don't know if you can see my thermometer from here, but some of them are getting pretty close. That one's at 164. We want to be at 165 for our target. That one's at 169. These up here are already there, or real close to it. So I'm going to move a few of these around. There's a few of these that are still a little bit cool. That's 153. Well, actually 150, 159, 160. So I'm going to start saucing them again, and then flipping them, and then I'll come back and we'll close this thing up and go inside. Okay, we're going to do a final sauce on these. I hope I'm staying out of the way. I haven't gone back and looked at it yet, but I hope for the most part I'm keeping my body out of the way of the camera. And these things will continue to cook inside, because I'm going to put them in a plastic container, a bowl with a lid on it, and let them continue to cook in that bowl while I'm finishing up a couple of other things. Now we'll instantly flip these, And then we'll coat them again this other side, and then from there it goes straight into the bowl. A lot of people are intimidated. I may have said this earlier, but a lot of people are intimidated by bone-in chicken. There's really not much to it. There's nothing to be afraid of. You know, you just have to monitor the temperature. Don't cook it on a super high heat so you burn it. Just take your time and make sure your internal temperature is 165 by the time it's done. You know, and you can take it off about 162, something like that, maybe 161, and it's going to continue to cook. It's called carryover cooking. It will continue to cook, and you're going to finish up at the temperature that you desire. Now from here, I instantly take it off, put it in the bowl. That one almost dropped. Yeah, this is a common request for birthday dinners and different stuff like that with the family. My grandson last time kind of threw a wrench in the works. I always do bone in, and he said, I want boneless chicken. So I did boneless chicken. I did some bone in too, but I did mostly boneless. All right, we'll go back inside, and the final little video will be cutting a piece open. Okay, I cut into the chicken. It's still nice and juicy, but it's cooked all the way. I can't get my mouth down there to show you I'm eating it. Man, that's some good chicken. You can taste a hint of that beer. Sweet Baby Ray's is prevalent, and there's not enough Cholula on there to make it like overpowering. There's just a little bit of a bite to it, but it's not overpowering. Man, that's some good chicken. Okay, guys, there you have it. I call it my drunken chicken. The family just calls it Grandpa's chicken. It's a very easy recipe. Use whatever kind of beer to marinate that chicken that you want. Use that same beer in the barbecue sauce. Remember that beer is a great tenderizer. Adds some good flavor. If you want to take the skin off of the chicken, go ahead. If you don't, go ahead and leave it there. You know, my son Robbie, who's a real chef of the family, I made this one time, and he says, where's the skin at? And I said, well, I took that off, and he goes, what's the blank and blank wrong with you? I just kind of laughed, and you know, it's a little bit healthy without the skin, and plus it doesn't flare up as much on the grill. So I take the skin off, but if you like the skin on, you like that crunchy skin, go ahead and have that. But do me a favor, smash that subscribe button, hit that like button, share this video, and let me know what kind of beer you use. Let me know how you change this recipe, and let me know what part of the country or the world you're watching this from. It's always cool to find out where people are watching me from. Appreciate you subscribing and tuning in. Until next time, may God bless you and have a great day.